up here in using a clear embossing powder. So you have your Distress embossing powder. Just ink up your stamp. Stamp your card. Take your embossing powder, and do I have mine ready? No, I don't. Just take your clear embossing powder and your embossing tray. Now you could do this over coloured ink. It doesn't have to be clear. So I could have embossed this. I could have embossed that green image with a clear embossing powder, and I would have had a lovely clear. I would have had a lovely green embossed flourish. But I just wanted to do a clear one really quickly. So I'm going to take my heat tool again. And just let that cool. So you can see my image is embossed there now. My embossing powder is not very clean actually. A little black flecks on it. Okay, and then you can take your embossing. This one's got blue on it, so why not use my faded jeans? Dip your distress tool in and go over the image. That. Okay, so you can do that. What you can do then is just take your baby wipe or whatever it is you want to use and just wipe it off your embossed flourish, and you're left with that. So it's very good for distress embossing. And then there's a technique that you can use with the Perfect Pearls. So I'm going to take the black soot. And this is a technique that Tim has taught in one of his videos. So just clean off that one. And I'm just going to take my black soot and distress ink. And I'm just going to stamp on the project again with my flourish. Okay. And I'm going to take my Perfect Pearls. And Perfect Pearls are powder. They come individually, as far as I know. They'll also come in sets of sets of 3. What you do is you just want to brush over your image with the powder. So you brush over your distress ink with the Perfect Pearls. Like that. They come in sets of 3. You can get them, or sets of 4, I think. Yeah, sets of 4. And there's different kind of colours. There's the metallics, there's the pastels, there's one called Perfect Pearls, and there's the brights. And I love to use them. So you brush them on with the smaller brush over. You can get them with a Perfect Medium. These are the Perfect Pearls that I have. So you can get them with the Perfect Medium. Pad comes with them, and you stamp your image and go over with the Perfect Pearls. They bind with water, so you can actually add them to a spray bottle with some water and make your own shimmer mist with them as well. There's lots of different things that you can use with them. Okay. So that's my image now, and it's stamped with the Perfect Pearl. It's stamped with the black soot, and I went over it with the Perfect Pearls. Okay. So there you go, lovely and shiny image. Now, if you wanted to do something a little bit different with this, what you could do is just give a spray with your mini mister filled with water. Okay. And your ink will start to bleed out from under the image. And then just take your little piece of paper towel, just blot over it. Okay, so you're left with this kind of bleeding, distressed kind of a look, and then you can just go over it with your inks. Like that. And you're left with this kind of faded, distressed, old, kind of glimmery looking flourish. And I like that on tags as well. So you can do that. Okay, so that's your flourish. So you have your watercolor kind of effect, old water stained paper. You have your kind of colour wash, tie-dyed kind of grungy look. You have your distress ink technique. Then you can stamp with it, you can emboss with it, then you can do the emboss resist, then you can use it with the perfect pearls instead of the perfect medium. Spray it with water and get this really kind of cool old aged stamped image effect. Now the other thing you can do with them, like I said before, is you can make new paper look old. So I'm just going to tear a page out of a dictionary here, and what am I going to do with this? I am going to just ink around the edges of this. So I'll just cut out some of the text here. So you have that. Okay, and let's take the old paper. I really like the old paper. It's not a brown. It's almost this kind of, I'll show you. The old paper just kind of looks like this. There's almost a little tint to green to it as well. So if you had like a newspaper magazine with papery print on it, you can age it, you can make it look old. That's the old paper. So that was kind of it before, and that's it after. Now if you really want to age it, you can maybe take your vintage photo. Where's my vintage photo gone? Here it is. Okay, so take one of the darker inks and take your cosmetic sponge or your distress tool if you want. I like, if I'm doing anything with the edges, I like doing it with the makeup sponge. I just get more colour on and I have more control over where it goes. Okay, so you get this kind of, and that's fine just like that. If you want to leave it just like that, that's absolutely fine. But what you can do is you can take your paintbrush. Just 1 second guys, I'm just going to put the craft iron down because I've already burnt my finger on it. Lovely. Okay, so you can take your paintbrush with water